What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode in a new year. It is episode 23. Welcome back. Happy New Year, everybody. We're happy to have you back on Dubkast Gaming Podcast, broadcasting all over. We're excited for a new year of gaming content, news, and updates. And of course, a new opportunity to bring some new people on. I am your host, Trent, otherwise known as Dirty Assault 19, and I am joined by my co-host.
Jedi, baby.
That is Toxic Jedi. That is right. J-Rock in the house. So, Jeremy,
What's up?
it's a new year, and we're already seeing some new season drops. A lot of people preparing for this transition, and I've been excited to dive into some of these games that are kind of trying to go in a certain new direction, if you will. Games like Valorant, games like Apex, games like Destiny, even Call of Duty. You know, a lot of these games that are gearing up for this new year, if you will, whether that be just new content or just updates in general within the first couple of weeks. But as we're going into this, I have a bit of news I'd like to share for everybody out there. And that is last time, I believe, or maybe a couple episodes, we had talked on the Steam Awards and who we had thought was deserving of that. They actually released the winners of the 2021 Steam Award. And so here in 2022, I'm excited to finally share what the results of that were. So I think that we got some of the speculation right, but for the most part, they kept it very interesting. It was really the runner-ups were that kind of where we were guessing, but the winners surprised me. And so to start off this episode, let's dive into that. Let's, see exactly where we were right and where we were wrong. And I'm curious where you listeners or what viewers out there, where you guys landed on your guesses for this year's Steam Awards for 2021. So, for those of you that have forgotten, Game of the Year, VR Game of the Year, Labor of Love, Better with Friends, Outstanding Visual Style, Most Innovative Gameplay, Best Game You Suck At, Best Soundtrack, Outstanding Story-Rich Game, and Sit Back and Relax were all categories that were in this year's Steam Awards.
A lot of categories.
It is. It really is a lot of categories. And you know what always like shocks me is I find myself thinking of different game categories that were left out, right? Best horror game. I thought that could have been a category. Maybe there's not enough of those. Best indie game. We had talked about could have been a category. Just really a lot of those. And so I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom here, and we're going to work our way up to Game of the Year. So starting with Sit Back and Relax. We had kind of talked about what we thought was deserving, but I was really shocked to see what won and what the runners up were. And I think the reasoning for that was primarily because I'm coming from a direction that for the games that we play, and far, not even close to what we were thinking. But for Sit Back and Relax, the winner of that was Farming Simulator 22. And this game, thinking about it, this game really did take a lot of people by storm. When you talk about Farming Simulator, it's always been there. They've come out with them every year, and I don't want to harp on it because it can be fun, and I haven't played 22 to know exactly where they've improved, but Farming Simulator was a game that I would describe as sit back and relax, right? You're not getting on to grind out your achievements, maybe just kill some time. Now, runners up,
Harvest the cattle.
yeah. Uh, runners up being Unpacking, which I heard was a good game, Potion Craft, Townscaper, and Dwarf Romantic. If any of you maybe had thought those were deserving, those were your runners up for this year's sit back and relax. So, Farming Simulator 22. Be on the
Unpacking.
lookout for maybe if it goes out to or any of these games go on sale. And I, if you guys listen, store.steampowered.com/Steam Awards. This is a great place to go and see what I'm reading off and click on some of these games and check them out in the Steam store and see if maybe you want to check out some of these games because I know I did it. I'm looking through these. I clicked on some of them and checked out price points and what ones were free to play and really kind of built this list of new games to check out. Hey, why haven't I played this? If it's winning awards, is it worthy of my time? Outstanding story rich game was the next one. This one I didn't play. Jeremy, you can attest to this, but I still did not feel like they got the right game here. And to be quite honest, I really felt looking at the runners up that a game got gypped out of this one for sure. But outstanding story rich game, winner of 2021 was Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of people enjoy the Cyberpunk game, and I think that from what I've heard from you, it was a good game, but
Yeah.
me and you
Not
both.
not winning that. What are the runner ups?
The runners up is Life is Strange, True Colors, which
Mm-hmm.
took really I felt took people by storm this year. A lot of talk around that game.
Yeah.
Village, Resident Evil Village, that was a huge game. A lot of people loved, and for Resident Evil community, it was the game that they were really kind of looking for in a way. Days Gone was another, kind of that zombie survival style game, and Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So, talking to a buddy of mine, another thing I would mention that I think is kind of weird is when you get these remasters or
Yeah.
different renditions of the game. I guess not really rendition, that's probably not the right word, but just like the remaster. If you're not adding new content, really, if all you're doing is upping the graphics and releasing the game again,
Yeah, it
it's like
should not count.
I don't think it should count either. Now, I don't know if Legendary Edition for Mass Effect came with anything. It might have come with some content, and if that's the case, sure. But you'll get to what I mean by that in a second. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do think that in this particular game or category, we had thought Far Cry was
Yeah.
a really good, you know,
Yeah,
deserving
especially
win.
runner up, man.
Yeah, and it
Like,
didn't even get runner up, which is
yeah.
insane to me. A lot of people really love that game. Best soundtrack of 2021 was Guardians of the Galaxy. This was one that we had talked about was probably gonna obviously, be a good runner up.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to a buddy of mine again, the only thing that I will say against this that is kind of like, okay, this is Marvel, right? They got money and they have the licensing to have a lot of these big songs
Yeah.
and make this game obviously have a good soundtrack. Now, is that something to count against it? No, no, maybe not. But when we talk about some of these runner ups like Near, Replicant, those are games that I felt had a very unique playlist. And when you talk about best soundtrack, is this a soundtrack that gets you engulfed into the game? Is it a soundtrack that really takes you through? My best Now, it is obviously this wouldn't be for this year, but my best example of that would be when you play Skyrim. Doesn't that music in Skyrim really pull you in to the game? And like
Yeah.
you hear that dun 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 dun, or you're like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're like, yes, let's.
Well, if they're letting Mass Effect come back with the Legendary Edition, why didn't Skyrim get involved in that? Skyrim's revamped their shit every year.
Yeah, no kidding. They're trying to win an award every year.
Yeah.
But going on with that, Persona 5 Strikers was a runner up. Guilty Gear Strive was a runner up. Good side scroll game. Heard a lot of good things about that. And Demon Slayer, which Demon Slayer was huge this last year. A lot of people love the series, love the movie, and they had a game for it, and it received a lot of praise as well. So that's your best soundtrack. Best game you suck at. Okay. We had a couple of them that we had thought about, and this kind of goes in hand with this remaster thing, right? The winner of this being Neo 2 Complete Edition. So, but Neo was a very good game. It was a game in
Yeah.
which you are not going to be able to just easily run through this story. It is a very challenging game, but one that is very satisfying and full of great killer graphics. But like your Bloodborns and what is the other game? Like your Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah. So like you're talking about dungeon crawlers, so Dark Souls, Bloodborne,
Yes,
Unleashed.
games like those that are so unforgiving. You die, you're restarting.
Yeah.
Very unforgiving game like that. And so that's why I think it is a good qualifier for the best game you suck at, right?
Yeah.
And one that I have not played yet, and the fact that they already have Neo 2 makes me want to go and play Neo 1 and 2. Those games, though, are so much time that you're pumping into it if you're not like one of those crazy people that are speed running it in an hour. But
Right.
anyways, World War Z Aftermath is a runner up. Naraka Blade Point was a runner up. Age of Empires, again, Age of Empires, one of those games that has been around for a while. They've made a lot of them, and a lot of people really like them. I believe that is like those real-time strategy style
Yeah.
games.
Like bird
And
eye
then
view.
the game that we had talked about, Battlefield 2042. I was happy to see this as a runner-up because Battlefield 2042, I mean, 86,726 reviews for Battlefield, and it's mostly negative. I think that anybody that has played a Battlefield that likes the franchise, you guys know that this is just kind of commonplace for Battlefield. They have these rough launches, and we've talked about it numerous amount of times. But as somebody that actively plays the game, I can say that they're moving in that right direction. Portal is helping it. It's helping bring in new game modes to keep the game fresh. And they're slowly fixing these issues in a timely manner to make the game continuously better as it goes on. And that's always good to see. And so, best game you suck at, Battlefield is definitely one of those games you will drop in, and it is rough at first, but you spend the time to work on your weapons and work on getting better in vehicles. And it can be a game that you slowly see progression and play with a team and slowly see the camaraderie between everybody working together, utilizing the different skills, grow to be better, get better at. But yes, definitely a game that we all suck at, especially starting off, unless you're one of those crazy people that's just like crazy flying jets and stuff. You're just
Yeah.
dropping bombs on everybody. So happy to see with as bad as a review that it had in the first 2 months of its release in 2021, that it was still able to be a runner up for a game like that, right? Because just like just like Call of Duty, with the amount of flack that it's gotten recently, you would be surprised to see it win an award like that, right? We had talked about Warzone being maybe best game you suck at. It is, they've done a lot with that game,
Yeah.
but the amount of negative comments kind of holds them back. Most innovative gameplay. This one I agree with. I liked. I hadn't checked out the game out, but like all new games, I always do a nice little deep dive into them to look at what they are, what gameplay looks like. And Deathloop, the winner of that most innovative gameplay, I did think that it was a game that had a different kind of take. It was one in which every time you die, you learn a little bit more about the story or about the enemy, and then you're going right back in and trying to uh, go about it a different way to be more successful, and so on and so forth. It won GameSpot named it Game of the Year. It won best art direction, and it also won best game direction. So they won a lot of awards this last year. So kudos to the development team and the developer behind Deathloop. That's awesome. But runners up were Loop Hero. Heard a lot of great things about Loop Hero, Moncage, and 12 minutes and Inscription. And Inscription's one that I downloaded. Talked to you a lot about. Inscription looked crazy cool. It was like a haunt, like a scary like card game. It's like eerie. Guys, you got to check it out. Inscription. Overwhelmingly positive reviews with over 48,000 reviews. It's a card battler deck building game. Definitely want to look into that. 2021 Outstanding Visual Style. Forza Horizon 5.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. It is easier for these racing games to come out with the better graphics to get a little leg up on games on awards like this. But when you look at Forza, what they were able to do, the massive scenery, I think they went. I mean, they did a great job picking Mexico as the place for driving through, because the Baja races, the racing in the mountains, the racing in the jungle, just everything, all the different races, street racing, it all made a really beautiful game with a lot of different terrain. I mean, there's races on the beach and stuff, and then the cars were so nice. You're taking pictures in the picture mode, and it looks like a real photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Instagram worthy.
Right. Great game. I still need to go back and play it some more. I've been itching to. It's just one of those games that you can also great pastime game, in my opinion. One that you don't really have to sweat too much on. You go tweak your car, pick a different car, and go into it. So I really liked it this year and thought it was really deserving of outstanding visual style. Runners up for that were Bright Infinite Memory, Little Nightmares. Little
Dude, that
Nightmares was,
game's terrifying.
yeah, I still want to play that. I have not played that one yet. And
It's 2-player.
it is. Well,
Yeah.
I'd 100% be like so serious, be down to play. Because I do like horror games as much as they scare the hell out of me. But Subnautica Below Zero, also a runner-up, and Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 was a really beautiful looking game, and one that was very, very well reviewed. A lot of people loved that game and thought it was deserving of quite a few awards. Better with Friends. I don't think there's any discrepancy behind, but when it comes to the winner of this, Better with Friends, It Takes Two.
Ace.
Amazing game. Not only did it win Steam's Better with Friends award, but Game Awards named it Game of the Year. Game Awards also named it Best Family Game. People's Choice Best Multiplayer Game. Game of the Year voted on by 3D Juegos, who also voted them Best Narrative and Best Multiplayer Game by Golden Joystick. So huge for them. If you guys were fans of games like
A Way Out.
Little Big Planet, A Way Out. Uh,
Hell, even Army of Two. I mean,
yeah,
it struck chords.
yeah. I mean, there's another game I used to play, and I can't remember it, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I remember growing up on the PS2, there was a game I played, and you played on. Now it was two player, right? Two different controllers, but one player on the controller played with the right half of the controller. So they played with triangle, circle, X, square to as directional pads in that joystick, and then R1, R2. The other person played with L1, L2, left, down, right, up, and that joystick. Crazy concept, but that's how you went through. And so you played with that half of the controller, the other person played, and you moved down. There was a center line, and you would do one thing on one side, so and then that would help the other person on the other side. And that's what this game reminds me a lot about. I know that that's not the best description, but It Takes Two. I consider it a lot like a Little Big Planet because it is like pulling stuff, waiting for the proper moments, and helping your friends in order to move on to the next stage. And
Yeah.
it's a little bit of puzzle building too. It's not like easy, hey, this is what you need to do. It's what do we need? Maybe I'm pulling this out too far, right?
Yeah.
So thought it was
Pretty
great.
gruesome.
Yeah, yeah. I still want to dive into that as well. I did download it for a little bit with the demo and definitely want to play that game. Runners up, Crab Game, obviously, with Squid
Dude,
Games
I
released on
love Crab
Netflix.
Game.
Yeah, Crab Game blew up. Better with Friends, Halo Infinite multiplayer was a runner up, which was really cool to see. Back for Blood, not surprised it was a runner up. It had mixed reviews on Steam. It was really good, but if I'm being honest, it didn't have a lot of replay value. It didn't keep me entertained enough to want to continuously go back to it.
Yeah.
I honestly played the beta with all my friends, and that like week felt like enough.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, it really did. I mean, how many times do we really hit each other up to play it? It was fun. I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's on Game Pass. Maybe one day we'll get a wild hair and we'll beat the campaign real fast.
Yeah. Oddly enough, it was one of those games too where it came out and people went back to play the old one because they liked the refresh. Like they had actually more players on Left 4 Dead 2 than they had on Back for Blood. It was kind of weird. And then Valheim was also a runner up, which obviously great game with to play with friends. But
Yeah.
I'm not mad that It Takes Two uh ended up winning that. Labor of Love award was Terraria. Now, I was never big into Terraria. I always went Minecraft over a game like Terraria. I know those are two different games, but same kind of concept. But I heard Terraria had a huge revamping this year, and it really, had a lot of people surge back to that. So, Labor of Love, Dota 2 was a runner up. Rust was a runner up. No Man's Sky, which we had talked about, we thought was
Yeah.
like kind of a crazy thing to think about. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we had talked about how, oh wow, I didn't even really think about that. But clearly a lot of people shared that same interest because the Frontiers update really did revamp No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And then Apex Legends, also a runner up, and again another game that they continuously pump content into, and they continue to make better. And so I'm happy with those ones as well. I think that for my own personal experience, I would have probably put No Man's Sky up there, but that's just because of my lack of playing any of the other ones. All right, VR game of the year, Cooking Simulator VR. you know, uh, not much to say on that. It was
Well,
pretty popular, I guess.
I do want to say this past 2 weeks, I got a chance to download a lot more VR games. And I would like to change my original vote to Onward.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Is that like the Disney Onward?
No, no, dude. This one's like a military game. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
Call
Whoa,
of
totally
Duty.
different.
Yeah. Crazy game, dude. Crazy game. Like it was so hyper realistic that I equipped a sniper rifle and I was playing like a 4v4 team deathmatch. And with the Oculus on, I was able to lay down on the ground and like scope in, and I was just following people and just doming them.
So is it when graphically was it like something like oh whatever that other one was where people are just basically on shapes and you're shooting at them? Or is it a little bit better graphics?
Oh, dude, it looks like a Modern Warfare 2 map.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like I'm laying down in like when I laid down, it was on rafters. You know, like people walk up to put in like window paneling and stuff in
Yeah,
taller
yeah.
buildings. I was laying down on that.
Oh, snap, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty
Speaking
cool game.
speaking of VR, it's really crazy what people have been able to do with this. I actually, before recording this, was on my way home, and a buddy of mine was playing. I was watching his stream. He was playing Phasmophobia VR, and
Hell no.
yeah, dude. I'm like, hey, yo, I told him, I'm like, I have a hard time playing this game looking at a monitor, let
Yeah.
alone playing VR. You got me on that one.
Bruh, can you imagine holding the box and you just hear something just right here? And
Oh, yeah, he was walking around
you're
with like the flashlight or whatever, and I just like hear a sound, and I like look at my phone, and it's the thing killing him, and I'm like,
like,
oh my god, he's like, ah, freaking out, like just hearing the bone cracking and
yeah.
stuff. I was like, oh, dude, chills. So
God.
so many games like that, and then this is a conversation for another time, but then you get into the whole metaverse thing, right? The
Hmm.
whole
Pretty cool.
how crazy that's going to be. It's insane what people are starting to accomplish with VR, and it both makes me excited and very scared for what we'll see in the future. The amount of technology that they are pumping into that to make it just even more real. All I gotta say is, if you haven't read Ready Player One, it looks more and more like that could be reality. But anyways, so runner-ups for that: Sniper Elite VR, which, to what you said about Onward, man, talk about a game that would probably be a lot of fun to play as Sniper Elite
Yeah,
VR.
that would be pretty good.
Also, in that same light, Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Uh,
Terrifying.
I Expect You to Die too. And your favorite game, Blair Witch VR. Yo,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way I'm touching that, dude.
Dude,
No
no.
way.
I haven't even downloaded it. I won't do
Yeah.
it. I can't do that shit in VR, man.
Yeah, no kidding. And then game of the year, right? Game of the year. Listen, I'm going to be a little bit biased here. I was not happy to see this, but from as somebody that has had conversations with people that have played this game, I understand. It's just my heart was in it for a different game. But game of the year, Resident Evil Village.
Solid.
Jeremy, yeah, you really enjoyed this game. As somebody that's played a lot of Resident Evils, we've talked about it a little bit, but it felt refreshing to have a new Resident Evil game, right?
Yeah.
And one that felt like it was a little canon too, where it had its little, it was different, but it had its like nods to the storyline and stuff like that.
Well, so it uses all the same characters, and that's kind of the crazy part about it, is it's almost like just a prologue of the prologue.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. That game was phenomenal, and like all the the hot vampire memes that came from it, I support
Yeah.
a lot better than when we were kids and it was Twilight,
Yeah.
But excellent game though.
Yeah, and we actually reached out to some of the fans and asked them before the answers were even released, and one of the fans said that he thought that Resident Evil Village was the one that should have won. So that's who he had picked for his winner. So obviously
Yeah.
the opinion was out there, and it was a very, very good game from a lot of people's perspective and deserving of that. So I can live with it. Now the runner up is look, let me just compare this with you, and this is not in any way, shape, or form to undermine who I think the winner should have been. But I when you look at Resident Evil, it had 46,000 reviews, 46,452 overwhelmingly positive reviews, right?
Mhm.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked.
Guys, would you agree? Now, who I would have picked as the winner for game of the year had 2,000, or sorry,
Oh shit.
279,206 reviews of
Valheim?
overwhelmingly positive, and that was Valheim.
Man. I mean,
279,206 reviews.
yeah.
That is insane. Over 220,000 more more reviews for
And which
Valheim.
one was that even the runner up on?
It was a Valheim was a runner up on Game of the Year.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is
Sorry.
for
I
Game
thought
of the
you.
Year. Yeah. So
Okay.
they were also runner up for Better with Friends, which
Yeah.
again I agree that for that.
We were pretty much on the money, man.
Yeah, we were, and it's just Valheim was so good, and if you aren't into those games, I understand, but for sandbox fans out there, God, it was so well done. So well done from such a small studio, and a studio that released a roadmap and stayed true to that and released an update in the same year
Yeah.
that was really, really good. So props to Resident Evil Village. Congratulations on winning Steam's 2021 Game of the Year. My pick was Valheim. And you know what? Even I think that the fan base that appeals to Resident Evil 2 was just, or Resident Evil Village was just smaller. So, but clearly they really liked it. But when you look at some of these runners up and how many reviews they had, it's kind of crazy. New World was a runner up, obviously a big game. Now it had mixed reviews, which makes a big difference, but it had 185,000 reviews. And
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 was also a runner up, which is really weird because that game was
That's
released.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it was released in 2020, to be honest.
Yeah.
December 10th of 2020. But it had 426,000 reviews, which is also crazy. But and then also runner up Forza Horizon 5, which I'm really happy to see that people love that one enough, because I thought the Forza did a really good job with Horizon 5. Their Horizon series is always better, in my opinion, than their regular series. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Better than the track racing.
yeah, no kidding. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your 2021 Steam Award winners. So we got our biases, but
They're
that's
still
what
pretty solid. I mean, we our guesses for one were on the money, and for two, there's only one or two that I didn't agree with.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it seemed like they got it right. There was just a couple that you're like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know if
like
that's that. I don't know if that feels like it was deserving. But hey, for the most part, I agreed with a lot of it.
yeah,
I do agree with a lot of it. Now, segueing from that, one game, look, a lot of people are migrating away from Call of Duty, me being one of those people, and not because I necessarily want to, but the game is unplayable for me. And it's an unfortunate circumstance, but what am I going to do? I'm having constant dev errors. I'm having constant lag where I just get booted straight to my desktop. I'm seeing that people are dealing with lag where they're trying to get into the buy station and it just lags for an extremely long amount of time and people are dying on that. There's just I could go on, but there's a lot of issues and a lot of people are migrating to other games. Apex Legends, I just downloaded it. I'm going to dive into that game and learn more about it. And Valorant is another new game, one of your favorite games that you've experienced in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And so I've been diving into that. So there's new directions. Fortnite is also obviously always popular, but some people are just going back to that. And even PUBG actually just became free to play. So for a while, or for a long time, ever since it was released, it was like a $10-$20 game. Now it's officially free to play. I think their hand was kind of forced in that matter when you got a game like Super People that is basically just PUBG, in my opinion, coming out. You got the DayZ, no, not DayZ, H what is it?
H1N1.
Yeah, H1N1 that was also free to play. You got Fortnite, Warzone. You got just all these battle royales that are free. PUBG now free, but some people are looking at that as an opportunity to go back and play the game. Personally, I had a lot of fun on PUBG. It was one game that you never really got to dive into with me, but I always talked a lot about, which I understand. Warzone came out around the same time that PUBG came to console, which is what we were on at the time, and it just looked like the better option, right? And if I'm being honest, it was really good. But PUBG in its own right it was a lot of fun.
I'll say
And
PUBG is like the grandfather too.
yeah, PUBG really stemmed off of your H1N1 and I forget what is the original one? I can't remember, but it was like the third or fourth in line with some of that, but it was the one that really hit the ground running. And so yeah, anyways, so I've been playing Valorant, and Valorant, for those of you that don't know, is very competitive, but it really just feels like a game that is full of nothing but skill. And people may call me crazy on that, but it's keyboard and mouse only, right? So PC, but it is a game that is exactly like Counter-Strike. It is where you're going to have to aim that cursor, pop those headshots, but it's got different game modes, team deathmatch a little bit, and spike rush, stuff like that. But your main one, unrated and competitive game modes that are going to be what majority of people play, are a turn-based, like basically search and destroy. So attacking phase, defending phases, and you have these agents. These agents are going to be characters that you pick that have powers. All of them have their own set of powers. There's sentinels, there's um duelist, there's controllers, and these are going to be different agents that going to help more based on their powers in different ways, right? And so without going too deep into that, that's just one of the games I've been playing. And for those of you that do enjoy that game, it dropped a new act, had the biggest, hardest reset that they've had in a long time. And basically what I mean by that, they in the competitive game, in competitive, they really set people's rank back pretty far. And they also made it to where you have to be level 20, I believe, in order. I got grandfathered in because I just so happened on the final day before the update went and played a couple matches of competitive, and I think I must have got grandfathered in, or if my game's just being dumb, I don't know. But the people I was playing with a couple of guys that were gold tier in the previous season, and they got like we were playing against like silvers and platinums, and then we were playing against iron. It was just all over the place, and I may or may not be iron 3, but that is besides the point. I'm Iron 3 going immortal, baby. But this was a lot of fun. It's so crazy when you play with people that know how to play the game and are very serious about it. You learn it. The game really is learning call outs, learning map locations, learning how to making sure you're not peeking too much, making sure you're always aiming for the head. Don't ADS on most weapons. A numerous amount of rules, but with this new act, they dropped a couple of updates being Melee, Spectre, Ares, Guardian, and Bulldog all got tweaking done to them. I can tell you guys, the Bulldog and the Ares are so good right now. The Ares is broken. It doesn't have it used to have this time where it would spin up the gun. They took that away pretty much. So it's literally just instantly firing. A really good gun to use right now, especially if you're trying to save money on those save rounds. Grab that. They did a little bit of updates to Bind and Breeze. So a little bit of, I think, map tweaking there, competitive tuning. So yeah, account level 20 needed to play ranked. Like I said, I got grandfathered in, but that is the new thing. Reduced 5-stack rank rating penalty. So they reduced that, and then increased map randomness. They were having a lot of issues where it was just always giving you the same maps. They fixed some of that. Man, let me tell you, I'm playing my ranked matches, right? The first match of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm excited to get my rank. I only need one more game. Tell me why I get a griefer in our lobby. This dude is playing as Jet, and so one of Jet's abilities is she can jump really high and gets like a little wind gust under her, and he jumps on top and like drops the spike so that none of our characters can even get up there and grab the spike. And then he just stands still and shoots in the air and like reveals where all of us are. So we ended up losing, and that's never good. So that was a little annoying, especially when you're trying to get ranked. So I'm gonna say that guy is the reason I'm Iron 3. But anyways,
it could have been Iron 4.
Yeah. But Neon is the new character that they dropped. She is broken, which is why I'm trying to unlock her so I can get those kills. But her ult is so crazy. The time to kill is so minute. I mean, you see her and she uses it and you're dead. She basically shoots lightning out of her fingertips. Insane. And then like she's like a speed character, right? So people have been making these jokes about slide canceling, but no, like seriously, she's like so fast. She's got like moves that help her jolt across, and she can set up. So you know how some people throw up like a firewall? Some characters they'll throw, or agents rather, they throw up like a firewall. Or there's a girl named Viper. She's all about poison. She'll throw up a poison wall, or you can throw up ice walls. She throws up 2 walls that are like electric, and she makes a lane with them. So it's like, vroom, and it's a lane that she can just like run down the middle of. So then she's like,
crazy.
she can like like poke her head out and like peek on both sides of the wall, and it's pretty crazy. So she's got just like little speed moves, and just all around just a really, really good character. She has been like top fragging every game that I've played against her so far. So but her abilities, just to break it down in quite literal terms, is high gear, instantly channel Neon's power for increased speed when charged, alt fire to trigger an electrical slide charge resets every 2 kills. Fast lane, which is what I said, fire 2 energy lines forward onto the ground, extend a short distance until it hits a surface. The line rise into walls of static electricity that blocks vision and damage enemies passing through them. Then she's got relay bolt. Instantly throw an energy bolt that bounces once. Upon hitting each surface, the bolt electrifies the ground below with a concussive blast. And then the ultimate is overdrive. Unleash Neon's full power and speed for a short duration. Fire to channel the power into a deadly lightning beam with high movement accuracy. The duration resets on each kill. Yeah. My buddy bought her just outright. This dude got an ace in like the first couple minutes of using it on the match. He just was like knocked them all. I was like, what the heck? So yeah. So that's gonna be out, guys. Make sure you are checking out the new season. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to dive into it. Been grabbing a lot of people to play, and Jeremy has other thoughts on that game. Not as enthusiastic about it, if you will, as I am. It is challenging, so I understand. It's a different skill gap, a different style of playing, and you really got to watch videos and really learn. Change your reticle up. Make sure your crosshairs are fit to what you like, and make sure they're whatever to your liking. You go check out what all the other streamers are using, and so got to make sure you're aiming for them headshots, though.
Always
Important. But that's Valorant. Jeremy, you said so crazy story, guys. Jeremy is like, you know what? I've been watching you stream. Looks like fun. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start streaming now that I got the new setup, right? I'm like, dude, do it. This guy's like, I think I'm gonna stream Destiny. Okay, do it, man. So he streams Destiny. Jeremy, tell these people what happened.
I somehow managed to get a couple hundred people watching me all at the same time.
Couple hundred? This man had like 432 viewers. I'm like, what? How you got 432 viewers? I'm sitting here. I'm like, nah, man, you're looking at the wrong stat. I don't think that. And he like sends me a screenshot, and I'm like, what? I go to his Twitch, and it had dropped since then, but he was still averaging like 30 viewers. And I was like dumbfounded. I'm like, what is going on? I don't even know if it was Destiny. It might have been.
I think it was actually Valorant.
Yeah, I think it was Valorant that you were streaming.
Fuck that game.
But thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I hit affiliate.
Yeah, hit affiliate. I'm like, what is going on here?
Well, I just got lucky because I had enough people, not subscribed, but enough followers from the first time I started streaming. So the second I hit enough hours of the days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was done. The only thing I was waiting for was the constant views.
Yeah. Well, shoot, you got them.
Yeah, lucky. And it hasn't been that way since, so don't think I'm like popping off.
No, but sometimes it just takes that one game to like carry you there, and then
Yeah. No, and it's been pretty cool since then. I've been playing games that I want. So I've been playing like the hell out of Destiny, playing the 30-year anniversary.
Yeah, I noticed that. You were playing I forget what they call it. What's the game mode that it's like team deathmatch?
I was playing on Crucible.
Yeah,
dude, that shit's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. That game always seems to draw me back. And it's a game that I know a lot about and I'm fairly decent at. So if you like Destiny, catch me streaming it and watch me just shit blast everything you like about
it. And you were talking about there being some new content dropping for that soon.
Yes.
Is the Witch Queen dropping soon?
Yes.
Nice.
Bro, so they are like hyping it up beyond. One of the developers came out and they're like, yeah, so we're just what they said was that they were tapping into random Crucible matches and they were taking the most medium player and then watching them for the next like 7 days in Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were implementing how that player played in Crucible into the enemies for Witch Queen. So Dude, that's gonna be insane. And now the Hive are getting light powers, so you're gonna be cruising along, and then some random acolyte's gonna get golden gun and just smoke your ass. But
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I'm looking forward to just watching it just because some of the like clips that you had me watch were just crazy cool.
dude,
Like I
yeah,
know even though it's obviously like trailer type
yeah,
stuff, but
right,
it still looked like a lot of like it was going to be a lot of content and be real cool.
yeah. Well, and that's one thing that they do really good is they hype the shit out of their content, and then when it drops, dude, it flourishes.
I don't doubt
So
it.
like these big drops are a lot of hype for Destiny fans. So I mean, catch me on there. It'd be cool if you join me, but we'll
Mhm.
see. We'll see. A
Be
little bit of
ready,
convincing.
join a raid, get that light level up.
Yeah. Which we do plan on doing a raid this weekend, hopefully.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, man, you gotta come be a Titan with me, bro.
Go join the so what are you gonna call it, man? You got your affiliate now. What's the crew called? Yeah, the
Dude.
order.
Oh man, the Toxic Order, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and I've been I don't know why. It's so cheesy, but I've been thinking about it like whenever I get pissed or start going off on the game, I just want to be like, "Let's get toxic." You know
Got to
what I
have your
mean?
thing, man. Come up with your
Yeah.
own sayings. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to be like that guy though. Like, what a save, what a save.
That's all right. Yeah.
I don't want to be that toxic.
You, I am gonna fit this character mold.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, it's really cool. I'm super happy that it happened. I got super lucky. Now it's got to happen to you, dude.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I sure am grinding. Uh,
Yeah.
you guys, if you guys want to tune in to my stream, check below. I'm starting to check below. I'm starting to drop those our gamer tags so that you guys can tune in. But I've been playing a lot of Valorant, and I'll probably be playing some Apex. So be on the lookout for that.
Dude, I cannot wait till we play Apex together.
Yeah. So
You,
I'm probably gonna stick with what I used to main, but I'm excited to check out some of the new characters. I used to main a Bloodhound.
there you go. Okay. I play a little bit of Bloodhound, but I'm also like Bangalore and what's her name? The medic chick. I like playing as her.
Yeah,
But
I don't know all the new ones, and I don't know everybody's power. That's going to be the biggest learning curve, and finding out all these new attachments and stuff like that, and what that all is for. So I'm excited to dive into that, and then we could talk about Apex a little bit more.
yeah,
So
you'll be fine, dude. You're pretty good at FPS games.
we'll see.
It's I will say though, my favorite thing about Apex is like whenever you run out of ammo and you just like punch the shit out of someone. Like Call of Duty is kind of like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? But Apex, bro, you run up, you're like
yeah,
like Superman punch.
yeah. Take that.
Baked bean. Baked bean that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm so excited for the games we're gonna be playing.
So I did a little something. I keep seeing. I need to like play around with some other websites or ways of doing this. But I keep seeing on TikTok a lot of people doing this AI art, and it's been like really interesting because I'm sure. Oh, sorry, there's a lot of different styles. I'm sure that you can do or whatnot. I don't know what I set this one up for, but I want to show you guys what I got. So I did some of our friends gamer tags, right? That's the thing of it. You do the gamer tag and you see what AI will make. So here are what I got. This is the first one I'm going to show you guys here is Dirty Assault. So this is now I'll make sure I zoom in to this. So,
What are that coming out of the sand, man?
dude, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
This AI was tripping.
To be honest, here's the weird part. I like it for some reason
Yeah,
because it's so,
outlandish.
yeah. It's just
Like,
weird. Is that
is
is
that?
that a rocket launcher up top?
I think that is a rocket. I think it might be firing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Weird.
just telepathically.
Yeah.
You'll have to send me. I mean, obviously we've talked about this beforehand, and I'd like you to send me mine so I can make it my Discord picture.
Well, speaking of yours, this is Jeremy's, or otherwise known as Toxic Jedi.
Why are we bugs, bro? And sand.
Yeah, I don't know what yours is. Very weird, but it's like almost eerie because it's like, is that the Jedi? Like, it looks like Jedi clothing, and
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with the face.
some kind of insect. So we can just say an alien.
Yeah, but it's eerie. It's like he's like sitting out there alone. He's like, man, I'm toxic. That looks like
he.
is this his flag?
I don't know. Like it looks like he's been hurt. Like his arm's been cut off or some shit. Because like he's got blood trails.
Yeah,
His blood's
something.
toxic, and it looks like he's in LA.
Something like that. So
I just want to know what's this AI's fascination with sand. Honestly.
yeah, something about that. This next one is Fired Dinosaur. I did his. I haven't showed him this yet, but
somewhat accurate.
It's somewhat accurate. Those like brontosaurus or something.
Innocent dinosaurs just cooking, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what this here in the middle is, but it's like,
yeah,
I'm like,
that
oh
fire
my God.
pit. That fire pit's been around for a minute. That's a skeleton's tail.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then graffiti in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what the graffiti.
Yeah.
So there's that. And
okay.
The next one is
what?
Yeah, I don't know. This is Tyler Hero T.
Bro, is that like beard spots?
I think so. This one look like blackheads. I don't know. This one makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I
sent
this
toe?
Yeah, I think so. I sent it to him and he said hashtag new profile picture. I was like, what is that? Apparently this is a picture of some guy named Tyler, since that's what my buddy's gamer tag is. But
I don't see any hero part of this.
Yeah, or a T, but this is just, he's got acne. I can tell you that.
Man,
this one made me uncomfortable. I'm like, what is the AI making here?
It must have found an actual picture of Tyler.
Yeah, something. This next one is really interesting. I really like it. This is a guy I know. His name is Wolvain, 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 and it made it like into a wolf. Like, you know what I mean? You see that?
Yeah.
And I like the color around it, honestly. This looks like it could be some of the teeth or something. I don't really
almost
know.
Like a paw. You can kind of see the
that too.
padding.
So very interesting art on that.
Gotten
side.
Away from the sand. I see.
They have gotten away from the sand. This next one is Purple Cobra.
What? I mean, I see the snake. I do see the snake.
I don't know what the rest of it is. Hey, look, AI made this. Don't blame me. But I'm like, what is that?
Bro, John's gonna be so upset.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Someone got this cool like wolf, and then his literally says Cobra. It's just like a 2-inch picture. Snake.
I'm a snake. I'm a snake.
I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah, it's very odd that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, if you thought John was going to be mad, this is a buddy of ours, Alex gamer tag Cyaxaries. I don't know what the hell this is. Italy,
Landscape.
maybe? I don't know. But he got a landscape. Very intriguing,
Man,
to say the
maybe
least.
maybe we should look up what his name means.
Yeah, well, his name actually comes from, I think, like a Greek person. He was telling me about. I don't want to butcher it, but so
Well, maybe
that's
that
why I
makes
figured
sense.
maybe some Greek city or something.
Yeah,
But
Greece in the
yeah,
plains.
so that's the last one. Now, guys, there are way better AI arts out there that I could probably show you. It's just the creator, the one I did, that's the art style it was. But the ones that I seen on TikTok were way cooler. Uh, a lot of the stuff that they were making was, I'll share this. Was more stuff like this here on the
Yeah,
right.
that'd be cool.
So I want to try to find ones like that. Nothing trippy like these.
Yo, look at that Halo one up on the left.
That's crazy.
That's sick.
But like, look how trippy these are. It's like, what?
I don't like that one. I
Yeah,
don't like that
it's like,
one, dude.
why is AI art making these?
See, I imagined Alex as being like that. Like it's just so random, you know?
Yeah, these make
Man.
me uncomfortable.
Yeah, apparently you just gotta take acid before you do
I
this
don't
stuff.
I don't think you'd want to with those.
Nightmare.
But yeah, so that is my AI art experiment. My plan is to dive into it a little bit more and check some of them out. If you guys would like us to do your name in AI art, we'll look into it, and I'm curious to see what your guys' name would be. So, send us a message or comment on any of our social media, then let us know, and we'll do it, because I'm curious to see what some of these other ones would be. And I want to find a better AI art generator, if there is a better one out there than the one I'm using. But the one I'm using has a daily credit that it gives you, so you can constantly make one, and you can even do better, like more rendering. It'll actually render it more, and then the picture will come more clear. So I'm like curious, if, whoa, what would that do? But you can do that for a couple credits. So as long as we keep saving up. So, but yeah.
I want to know the backstory to mine. Why is his arm cut
Yeah,
off?
he's like,
He's in the desert just alone. Yeah, where's his saber? All alone. Why is he in LA?
why is he in LA?
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. Maybe it's like toxic out there,
Someone cut off his arm for no reason. He's like not a Jedi. He just got fucked up.
Yeah. Well, for everybody out there listening, I think that's just gonna about do it for this episode number 23. So appreciate everybody for listening. We look forward to catching you guys next time. But yeah, I think that'll just about do it.
The most chill exit that we've probably had. It's just like, yeah,
most chill. Just
I guess I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. I look forward to diving into some more of these games that are dropping. I want to also look more into this metaverse. I keep hearing so much about this metaverse, and I'm seeing so many
Dude,
crazy things with it.
it is so crazy, bro. It is so
the,
crazy.
the stuff that, yeah, the you can, people are like people are making money out there creating avatars, creating clothes
Yeah.
for the metaverse. It really is insane, and you can actually go out there and buy plots of metaverse land.
Yeah.
in certain worlds. I mean, it's blowing my mind. So I want to look more into that, and yeah, so
I'm gonna try and make a level in the metaverse because
that'd be cool. I know I need to go over and check it out.
yeah, gotta wait till Tuesday, my guy.
Yeah, no kidding. But all right, we appreciate everybody that stopped by. If you guys want to support us, make sure you guys go to anchor.fm/Dubkast. You can go on there if you're not already listening on there. And you guys can drop a donation if you'd like to contribute that way. Or we appreciate you guys just interacting with us on any of our social media platforms, dropping a sub on YouTube, liking it, commenting on it, letting us know what we can do better. Also, Facebook and Twitter. We just like to post our content on there. If you guys feel the need, go on there, drop a follow, comment what you think. Love to hear your feedback. But that'll be the end of this episode. So you know how it goes. No matter where you are or what you're playing, we hope we can get you one step closer to clutching that dub. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.
Peace.